What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I am back with a custom minifigure, random minifigure showcase. Today, this is the Never-Ending Story, which this is probably going to be part 1 of 2. Might make one in July. I don't know. Because this movie is actually turning 40 years old this year, but the mock that I decided to make a couple months earlier, just because I didn't know if I would have time to make it in July or anything. So if I don't make a video in July for 40 years or anything, just picture this video as the 40-year anniversary of the Never-Ending Story, because it was such a good movie and I really love it. And for the time, it was a great practical effects movie and everything like that. Yeah, movie. Anyway, I made a video on this a long time ago, back in 2020 and 2021. It was kind of a short showcase that I did. It was Atreyu and Falkor, and that's the same in this video. It's going to be Atreyu and Falkor again. Obviously, I'll show both of them off in this video, which is really cool. But, of course, let's kind of talk about the previous video. So, yeah, let's get started. So, back in 2020 and 2021, I used to work with 3D printers a lot. And I don't really work with them that much anymore. I kind of do, kind of don't. I haven't really made anything that is a 3D printed thing. The reason why is because I have access to Sculpting, which 2020 and 2021 was kind of the year of the beginning. It was the year of painting. Before that, back in 2019 and 2018, and I might talk about, I'll probably talk about all this maybe when I hit 1,000 subscribers, on the years and kind of have how I've evolved kind of in where I am now. But back in 2018 and 2017 was when I was doing Sharpie and decals and everything like that. Then in 2020 and 2021, I started moving on to painting. Then after that, around 2022 or 2023, and now 2024, I've now done sculpted projects and random minifigure showcases and all that fun stuff. So it all started back when I did 3D printing stuff, because I didn't have access to putty. I've always wanted to find putty around, and I've always had that image in mind because of all MGF and everything, but I just wasn't ready for it at the time. So I did 3D printed stuff. I did small things, which they were really hard to print. I always had trouble with the sizing and everything. And now I still have it. I actually have it next to me. I never did. I moved it recently, maybe a month ago or anything like that. But I don't really have a use for it anymore. The only thing I would use it for maybe now is for this stuff and maybe big stuff, like the giant minifigure that I made for the Raising Dion showcase, which I thought was a really good showcase at the time, and it still is really good. I never saw season 2 or anything like that, so that's why you never saw any more Raising Dion or anything like that, but still, I loved the show. It was really good. And Stranger Things as well. I haven't really talked about any of that stuff, but yeah, let's get on with Falkor. So this was a 3D printing model. If you look up 3D model of Falkor, you'll probably stumble upon this dude, and of course he moves on this. It's really cool. It's really awesome, and I think it's really cool. Of course, as you guys can see him off the base. Here's his base. It's really awesome. Kind of not going to go into it that much, but yeah, there's that. The other thing I got kind of after the video was this necklace. I actually got a necklace, which is the Never-Ending Story necklace, as I bumped the light, but I think this is the Orin or something, but it's really cool. I really loved this logo back then. I still love it now. Will I put it on camera? Will I put the necklace on myself in this video? No, it's not one of those videos, but yeah, I still think the necklace is really cool, and the 3D printed Falkor is really cool. So there's that. But yeah, now since I am a LEGO channel and I don't randomly shove in weird 3D printing stuff, I obviously made my own mock of Falkor. So without further ado, let's take a look at the LEGO Falkor now, which is gonna trigger a lot of people. So get ready. Here he is. Here's Falkor, and I know this is probably gonna trigger a lot of people, and you might wonder why. And this is not purist. And I know it's not purist. It's still a really nice build. I love it. I mean, it's a really awesome build. It's really good. Probably one of my best sculpted builds I've done. I think it's one of my first, actually. Because the other ones I did were brick builds, like fully brick builds, maybe with some painted stuff in there, like Galactus and Fing Fang Foom and Devil Dinosaur. But this is like my first ever fully sculpted, painted, brick built figure, which it's pretty good. All right, it's probably one of my favorites that I've made. And this is based on the Lego Shang-Chi, the Great Protector Dragon. And that's the base of this. So I just changed some small stuff with it. I got rid of the middle hinges and everything like that. But that's the base of it. So before I get on to any of the detail and everything, here is the base of it. That's kind of like what I said with the Great Protector. But I got rid of all the red pieces and everything like that. So it was basically just a skeleton. And then after that, this is kind of it. The purest version, I guess, of this, minusing the hinges, the two hinges in the middle, if you guys can see that. But yeah, it's pretty good. I thought it was really nice. And then I decided to sculpt the head, and then this is where I'm at now. And since I sculpted the head, I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just sculpt some other stuff on it. And I'm like, all right, let me just take this thing to the whole next level, which I think I really did. And I really love this. It's a really nice build. I'm obviously going to talk about it on one side because since this is mirrored on the other side. So first off, let's get started with the actual face, which is fully sculpted. This face is fully sculpted, which I don't know if it's one of my favorite faces. I mean, it's very hard to capture Falkor. I mean, usually I'm used to sculpting like these faces and everything. I'm not really used to sculpting animal faces, so it's pretty hard to make this. And I really did not want to add fur or anything on here because even though I did all of these really cool brick builds and everything on the side and sculpted a lot of stuff, I didn't want to make the head really stand out more than the whole body. So I did not do like the texture that I would with Craven or maybe with an actual animal that I would sculpt. So I just went with this, and this does actually have a play feature. This dude actually has two play features you're actually able to do with him. The first is probably the most obvious, but since you guys saw the skeleton of this, if you move his head down just a little bit, which I guess we'll take a look at the articulation first. He has a ball joint right here like I showed you guys. He has a hinge as well right here, which works really well. He has two ball joints for all of his independent legs right here. He has a ball joint as well right here, which works really well, and he has an individual ball joint at the very end for the tip of his tail, which is really cool. But yeah, coming back here, and if you move his head down and you move his head up just a little bit, you're actually able to open his mouth, which is so cool. Obviously, it's kind of, since I was building this from the actual set, it did use the same exact hinge joint that the actual set came with. So I just sculpted over that, and some of the teeth went on the side, so I sculpted over that, added more teeth, and it looks great. Now you can barely see it in there, but if you kind of tip it right here, you can kind of see I painted the inside a lighter pink, and then I added a red tile right here, and I added the teeth and everything on the inside. So yes, he is able to open and close his mouth. Atreyu! Yeah! Anyway, as I do a horrible Falkor impression, but it looks awesome. It's really cool. I love how you can open his mouth and everything like that. And yeah, it's really cool. Also, I love the teeth pieces right here on this whole build. I think it's really awesome before I kind of skip out on that. But yeah, the teeth looks awesome. This is obviously the fingers from the set. If I actually have, I think I have the hand build. Yeah, I do. Here it is. I didn't use any of this because it was red and everything. So this was the hand build from the Great Protector. So I just used all that, some in my own collection. I used a different toothpiece than all these just for the end. And I did that just so, because Falkor has the that on his back. Is it as bony as this is? No, but I thought it was really cool. Just because I didn't want to sculpt it all because I thought that'd be dumb. So I was like, hey, let me just do that. I think it'd be cute and everything. So yeah, it's really cool. The legs, they use a 3 brick right here. The ones in the back use 4 bricks, but I used a 3 and a 4 brick to make his feet, and then I obviously added his toes right here, which, thinking back on this now, I kind of wish I didn't use this piece because these are the white claw pieces, and I don't have that many in this collection. these are the only ones I have that are disposable right now. The ones that I could use maybe, they are on an actual Lego set, the Rocket Raccoon build, which I would like to keep together for a while. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But the legs are probably my least favorite part. They look the most, not my favorite. They're probably my least favorite, but yeah, it's all right. But the sides of both sides, they look great. I added a bunch of cheese wedges as well as pizza slices pieces to give him that effect of the actual scaling, which I only used one of these pieces on each side. I don't know why. I should have probably used more, but did all that and painted all that in a coral, which you can kind of see on the top of this. It's a white pearl. I have the paint with me right here. It was super cool. I have a bunch of these chrome paints now. I'm going to start using them on figures. I think it would look nice. But of course, all this goes on the side right here. And then I have these red pieces. They're originally red. I painted them white though, but here they are right here. But it looks really cool. Get out here, Uruguay. But yeah, of course, obviously these things went on the side. They look great, as well as this right here looks great and everything. And if you want to know what's purest, because some of this is stuck on here purest and the rest isn't, this chunk right here, and this chunk, and this chunk, and these are all purest. The ones up here, the ones right here, and right here, and that piece are all using Sculpting to connect. Also, if you do build this and you somehow get the same design that I get here, you're going to have two gaps right here. So I did sculpt over those. And the build is the same on each side, and it looks really good. It looks really awesome. And I just love everything that I was able to do. The scaling is probably my favorite part on this whole thing. The legs are, the face is probably second, and then the legs are probably like my least favorite. That just because I couldn't get the same angle and everything, but he looks great. Overall, he's probably a 7 out of 10. Maybe if I become like an incredible designer in the future, I'll probably make a better version of this, but this dude looks great. But there is one last thing. I did say it in the beginning of the video if you caught it, but I did make Atreyu. I had to make Atreyu for this. I was just going to show off Falkor, but since I added a cool play feature, which you could probably see already, if you're a big-time Lego designer maybe. But obviously, here's Atreyu. This is the new version that I made for him. He looks pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. More detailed than the original one. If you compare this to the original, just go check out the original video. But they both look great. The hair was painted and everything. The face is actually Bruce Banner's, which is pretty cool. He does have a little bit of mud from these swamps of sadness, which I didn't have any white horses or anything, so I didn't add Artex. Artex was probably one of the most saddest deaths in kid movie history. Yeah, it was pretty sad, but yeah, I do love this, the hair and everything. It looks great, and it just looks really cool. And I love how I was able to paint the necklace this time and everything, and all the detail and everything. And the brown mid legs. I mean, he really looks great. I was struggling on the skin tone, or what skin tone to give him. I was thinking about giving him the medium flesh skin tone, but I didn't have a good face, and it was too dark for him, so I was like, I'll just go with this. The original head was Luke Skywalker's, funny enough, but that's on a different figure. So yeah, he looks really good next to him, but the big question you're probably wondering is, can you put him on this? Which, yes, you can. There's one specific thing which I left out on this dude, and it's right here. Yes, this is a minifigure leg piece, so you're actually able to put him on here. So what I usually do is I take Atreyu, and I stick him like this, so he's kind of like this, and I stick him right at the tip, because you can't really get his feet down in there, and I think it wouldn't really work that well if his feet went all the way down in there. But of course, if you do it like that, you get this really nice, awesome position, and it looks awesome, and it looks great, and it's super cool looking. And of course, just displaying him on there like that, it looks great and everything. But there's one thing that really brings this dude up to the next level, but it's only going to be in this video and a couple of my Instagram posts that I did of this dude, which is kind of sad. So if we take a look at the Jatari figure, well, the Jatari from the LEGO Avengers Tower, all right? You guys remember this dude? It was really cool, yeah? You remember the base he was on? That really awesome base? And I actually have it with me. This thing right here. This incredible base that they made for this, and I was like, dear God, I wish I had more of these. This really is when I feel like I want more of these. So I saw this and I was like, oh man, I need to use this immediately on Falkor. So take a look at the bottom of him actually. It's this great placing plate that's directly in the middle. Remove that. Big plate right here. And boom. Yes. Yes, indeed. You are able to put Falkor on here. And it just brings this whole dude to the next level. Now, obviously I put his legs in here like this because that's kind of how he goes. But, oh, man. Isn't that just awesome? I mean, this just, it brings it up to the whole next level. I mean, look at that. Look at Atreyu. Look at that. I mean, oh my goodness. This is such a great build. And I hope that all of you guys love this build as much as I do. I think it's a really great build. And I'm so sorry that a lot of you guys are watching this and you want to build it at home. I know I don't sell my Legos, obviously, so I can't sell this to you or anything. Or I can't make millions of them and sell them to you guys because I didn't make instructions for this, so yeah. But it's super cool. All right, it's really awesome, all right? I think it's a really nice build, and it's super cool, and just, it's really awesome, all right? So thank you all so much for watching this kind of random minifigure showcase. I'm going to brand it under the random minifigure showcase playlist, but it's really cool. It's awesome. This definitely beats the 3D printed one by a mile. I mean, just this thing is just awesome. The detail is great. Everything about this is great. It's my first ever sculpted kind of brick built thing, which is really awesome, man. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I don't know the next time I'll be making a video. Maybe, who knows? Maybe in July. I'm kidding, but I'll probably make one soon. But yeah, I'll probably make one soon. Who knows? But yeah, this is a great build. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to stop wasting time. I'll see you guys later. Peace out and bye.